So after the montage, I got asked to do a build guide to show the kind of steps I took to make my build, what my build kind of is for, and just all around just build guide, right? So here's going to be a quick video on the build guide, starting off from level 1 to 50, what gear to kind of go through, and then the goal, how to obtain all these items. And the good thing about my build here is that it's all items you can obtain without spending crazy amounts of lucent. Of course, the traits are expensive. What I mean is the items itself. Without spending insane amounts of lucent or swiping, all this gear you can simply grind through either the lithograph book or quests, or like arenas, weeklies, whatever the case may be. Everything in here is very easy obtained. Here's some of the stats to the build, see if it interests you here. Melee evasion being around 1700, hit chance being around, with the greatsword out, 971, and your melee heavy attack chance being around 510, with your melee critical chance being around 1069. Nice. Bonus damage 15, attack speed of 20%. So if those stats kind of interest you, this is the build for you. But again, one build doesn't beat all. This is just one of the many builds that you'll be having. This is a more melee evasion centered build. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the blues here. So this is a build for early game. Basically, by the time you hit level 50, you should have every single one of these items. Not should, you absolutely will have these items. Let me go through really quickly how to obtain every single one of these items here. So broadsword of resistance, basically there's a quest that you can do that lets you select one of the blues. So you select the greatsword, of course, that's your main form of damage. Through the lithograph book, there's a daggers you could obtain through the lithograph book as well. Deadeye's cloak is obtained through the lithograph book as well as the visor of resistance. Basically all your gear basically at the start is through the lithograph book. Very easy to get. Visor of resistance. Gauntlet of Resistance is going to be through the main story quest as well. I believe like a level 31. But nonetheless, that's going to be in there. As well as the chest piece here at the level 50 quest, the last quest in the main story quest, let you pick a purple chest. These boots are through the lithograph book as well. These trousers are through the main story quest. These greens can be easily crafted at any of the accessory vendor. And Violent Signets to the lithograph book as well. This belt is actually the only thing that's not in the litho book. However, it's very easy to get if you just go to one of the open world dungeons. I believe one of the level 40 open world dungeons, and farm some wizard. They'll drop it very fast for you. Okay, so all of these items here very easy to get. This is going to be your starting gear to obtain. So if you want to follow this, this is if you're starting off. Because obviously maybe some of you guys are already level 50 or endgame and didn't have this video to help pick what kind of items to obtain early on. Let's move on to what you should start to build towards to here. So let's take this now. Okay, so what you're going to be wanting to do as you're level 50. Okay, this is a lot of people. This is a lot of the point where people get stuck at. They don't know where to go from here, so they're just spamming their dungeons, yada yada yada. So let me give you step-by-step on steps from here at level 50. The steps from here to progress your gear, as a lot of people get stuck here. So obviously you're going to be wanting to do your dungeons. If you're following my build, if you want to build how I'm building, this is the steps that I took to get my gear, basically, right? So obviously you're going to be wanting to go for your dungeon weapons, okay? Obviously you're going to be wanting to go for your dungeon weapons here. Now, this is no easy thing. Just like I got very lucky with mine. Well, at least my sword. I had to pity my weapons, but this is the way to get it right. You have to do your dungeons. Now, what I recommend is if you buy the battle pass right now and the leveling pass with lucent, you could get lucent just by playing the game, so you don't even have to swipe for it. But let's say you do. Just buy the battle pass and the leveling pass. You get these tokens in the game, or these pity tokens. They give you free boxes of pity tokens. With that, basically it gives you one free total token. There's so many tokens in this game. One free total token, and you need 2 total tokens to be able to craft a weapon or item, dungeon item of your choice, right? So That being said, in my opinion, I think you should just try to pity your first weapon or any of the weapons that can get as fast as possible. Okay, and what I recommend is pitying the greatsword first if you don't have the greatsword. If you do have the greatsword, then pity the daggers. Okay. And I'll show a little thing on screen here of the items that I'm talking about, as I don't know their exact name, but you can see them on screen. Now, so going for your weapons, right? That's gonna be your upgrade there from that point on. Okay. Now from here, gear-wise, what is your upgrade? Where do you get these items? Okay. So for a cloak, let's just go down the list. For a cloak, there's going to be Deadeye Cloak is a very good cloak. You're going to want to keep this cloak as well because it gives you hit chance, okay? But a cloak that you're going to be wanting to go for is going to be Night Slayer's Mantle. As of this video, you could only obtain this from Pure Light region, okay? By hitting these Mitran mobs, okay? That's going to be definitely a grind for you, as it took me about maybe 6 hours. 6 hours to obtain this item. So it's definitely grinds in this game as well. You know, coming from BDO, we're used to it. But moving on, so you want to go for grinding for this cloak, Pure Light Tower. If you got nothing left to do for the day, grinding for the cloak would be a good option for you to spend your time in getting that cloak. Okay. Helmet, this is your best in slot item. As soon as you get this helmet, you don't really need any other item. Okay, so moving on to the chest piece. This chest piece is very good here, but you're obviously going to want to move to Plate of the Field General. Now this is obtained through either the marketplace or a Death's Abyss dungeon. So you're going to want to be going for that with any dungeon tokens that you have, or if you get some spare lucent. I believe it's around like 2k lucent now on the marketplace, which sounds like a lot but really isn't. Especially the fact that can make like easily you know, around 500 lucent per trait that you sell, depending on like what trait you get around the dungeons and stuff, because dungeon traits and stuff sell for a lot. But moving on to gloves, you're going to be wanting to look out for the Heroic Gauntlets of the Resistance. Now, this is also through the lithograph book, but you're going to need 4 blues to make this happen. Since blues are hard to obtain, I recommend just purchasing the lithograph book, the litho page of this item on the marketplace, because it's around 1.2k lucent as of this video. At least these are my server numbers. So purchasing this or obtaining it through the lithograph book, very easy to get. Your pants, you're going to be wanting to look out for elusive Hexweaver pants. Now this is only obtained through a world boss drop as well. However, if you're in a guild, more than likely you're going to be getting a lot of these, and I'm sure you can snag one of these from your guild if you just ask your guild to get them. If your guild doesn't want to give you these pants for some reason, then you can alternate with these Ebon Roar greaves. Okay, these are very good. These are from dungeon as well. Temple of Slaughter would be the dungeon these are dropped from if you can't get your hands on the elusive ones. Okay. The boots upgrade. Now the boots is going to be where you get your 2-set effect here with the chest. Okay, chest will be melee, heavy attack, chance, 2-set effects. You're going to be wanting to grab the Sabatons of the Field General. These are very easy obtained as well through the open world dungeon of Shadowed of Crypt. You can go there and from grinding mobs, I believe the wizards, they will drop these boots for you. Or you could purchase this on the marketplace as well if you have spare lucent. I believe they're around 2k lucent on my server as well. Okay, so that's your gear, that's your armor and your weapons. Boom. Best in slot for a low lucent build, easy obtain items, and very good stats. Okay, so those are your items there. Now let's move on to the accessories. Okay, so bracelet wise, now you can do these arenas. Okay, you can do the arena weeklies and they give you tokens for complete at 10 wins a week. After about 13 wins, so you have to basically go on 2 weeks, you get enough tokens to purchase one of these bracelets here, whether it has Pleasant Chance or Stun Chance, whatever the case may be. It'll allow you to get this bracelet. Now, this bracelet is very good because it has attack speed on it. You can get up to 4.9% attack speed on it, and it has hit chance as well. In my opinion, very good bracelet. But also the Bracers of Primal King, this is also obtained through the dungeon. Okay, this is a very good bracelet as well. And the good thing about these traits that you're getting on your armor is they're giving you strength, they're giving you perception, right? Strength, perception. These weapons are giving you dex, which allows you to start getting attributes or fine-tuning your attributes, right? So you can start moving around points and building to exactly how you want on your build here now. Let's see if we get this one up to 50. Probably not here. I'm gonna take some of these out. Boom. Okay, so now the heavy attack chance, you get another heavy attack chance, 100. This build is very heavy attack chance accentuated. What heavy attack chance is it? Basically, whether you crit or not, it will double that damage that you did on that ability or attack. Very good. So let's say I hit a crit of 7,000 damage and it procs a heavy attack chance. It will do an additional 7,000 damage to that target. Crazy. So that's the build that I'm kind of centering around. So getting strength 50 for another 100 chance at it. Perfect. Okay, so either one of these bracelets, I chose to go with this bracelet here, but whatever you want to do, you can do. Because this is also easy to obtain. Now changing the ring here, I went with a etched alabaster band. Very good ring here. This is obtained through 40 abyss currencies. Abyss currencies can be obtained through doing the open world dungeon contracts, these blue scrolls that you get from opening these RNG pouches. You do 40 of those, get rewarded with enough tokens to basically purchase a box that will give you this guaranteed. Okay, I recommend doing that way, or this is also purchasable on the marketplace. All right, this is your best in slot ring. Rarely would change this ring. I recommend just keeping it because of the attack speed, but there is a potential of obtaining a ring of dimension here, amber dimensional band. But again, I don't like losing attack speed, as attack speed is very good. This speeds up your charging of your guillotine. Okay, and then this belt is best in slot as well here. The reason why I skipped the neck is because the neck is the last thing you should worry about. Because as of this video, we actually just unlocked the way to get the neck, so the neck was the last thing I obtained. But the belt's very good, and this right here would be the last item in the build. Would be a collar of decimation. Okay? Collar of decimation. Give you a lot of strength and a lot of melee evasion here, allowing you to again move your traits around. As you can now reduce it down to 50 traits, put this to 30 for the hit chance of 100, and then put all the rest into dexterity, giving you another bonus damage tick as well as evasion per one that you hit here. So right here is the build guide. These went through exactly the steps you need to take to obtain all the gear for my goal build. Now again, this isn't a one build beats all game, so this build will not let you dominate every single player in the game. There's counters like magic that will easily counter this build, but that's the game, right? So having multiple different builds is ideal. But you can count on this build being very good at this stage of the game as of this video, and that's what you want to look out for. Now, maybe potentially later on I do a build for a ranged evasion and magic evasion build, which is going to be a build that is going to be needed for later on in this game, as those kind of get very strong later on. So there you go. If you want to see early stages of this build in action, I have a montage going to be popping up on the screen here. I am live also almost every single day on twitch.tv/xpflowers. Please check me out, drop a follow there, hang out with me. We have a lot of fun over there. Also appreciate all the love and support on that montage there. And until next one, guys, later. Peace.